try to attempt to break through this big ass piece of cherry. I don't know if this is black cherry or not. Got some pieces off a long time ago on the side using an axe. And I'm going to show you why I prefer using an axe versus my maul for something like this. It's got, first of all, it's misshapen. It's got a huge, you can see that there, knot in there. So that's no good. That's gonna do a lot of bouncing, but we'll give it a shot. So we're gonna try to get this side off using a maul. I don't think I'm gonna do it. I think it's gonna snap. Ooh. There we go. There we go. A lot of dead in there, so you're better off not doing dead. Clink that open. I'll bring this over if I could lift it. Rot always will slow a split down. Some knots in here, some curviness. So that's why you want to be adjusting where you're swinging. So I'm going to try to take a piece off with the 28-inch handle or 30-inch handle. There's Ginge. Look out, Ginge. I don't want to swing it right into where that rot was connected. It's like swinging an axe into a bag of sand. Definitely want good footing. That's why I like using an axe. If you don't try to go down the middle or too close to the side, it just splits. It's a big chunk, not as big as the other one, but it's still cut that into 2 or 3 pieces of firewood. This is a vintage plumb head. I like them because they look thin. But if you look up from the top, they're like convex a little bit, right? So it helps split that wood, doesn't get it stuck, I should say. Here's a longer handle. This is the 32 for sure. This is a True Temper Flint Edge Kelly Works. Handle a bit old now, but it doesn't feel good. This guy gets stuck a little bit more because it is fairly flat. It still does pretty well, but you can see I overswung a little bit. No big deal. I have my little cast on there. Overswung a little bit because I'm used to swinging the shorter handle stuff. And that's a good example of it getting stuck. I beat up my axes, I'm not too worried about it. I don't mind hanging them, so not meant to be pretty, but this guy gets really stuck when you go in the mix. So it's, you know, it did split, but it bites in a lot more. So this is really good for like smaller stuff where you really want a fine line or accuracy. I'm not a big 32-inch handle type of guy, but I'm not that tall. Sounded nice. But see, this guy gets stuck. And that's a lot of wasted energy, so they say. But still fun as shit. Now that could just go for it. And I'd always have like a beater axe, something that you don't mind whatever happens to it. And that's this other plum I have, which shitty handle. Hang job was once good, but been beaten up so bad. And then the head, I think it's 3.4. Nice and sharp, but I think someone welded this, fixed this line here. Hasn't failed me yet for this 2019. Definitely flatter than the other plum, but much easier to get out than the other axe. So when you start swinging and you're splitting the same spot and still not breaking all the way through, it usually means you're running into something. So I'm seeing some waves over here. It could be a knot or something. It could be the fact that this knot's carrying through that way as well. So we'll see. So I'm going to take it out from a different angle because these stringy pieces are a pain in the ass. So I'm going to come at it through a triangle from here. Let's see. There, that's going to go now. There we go. Yeah, it's right where it meets that rot. See that? Cool. So I'm going to turn it this way. That beautiful color. And same thing. Right. I'm landing at the same spot. Just not going all the way through. Easiest solution to that is turn it upside down. And then even on its side. Perfect. So now I can show you why what didn't seem like a big piece of wood is giving me such a hard time. Right there. Big knot coming out this way. You can smell this cherry, dude. Connecting right there. Caused a bunch of bouncing and maneuvering, and there's another one down there. So cool. Gotta learn the angles. Now, with the Maul, this is probably gonna be a bad idea, so it will bounce. Alright. Why I used the Maul there is I just wanted to smash this apart. You'll be cutting through that and get your axe head stuck a million times. So that's going to do it for that. You can see straight through to the other side, underneath there. Good thing about them all is it won't get stuck. So this head is, okay, this head is nice looking. And it does well for big, fat, straight rounds. Not with this littler stuff with different textures and waves. I have a Maul that actually does really good in anything, but it's swinging a lot more weight and gets tiring. So I always switch back and forth. I do like splitting with the axe better. It doesn't hurt your wrists as much, and it bites in more. You get a little bit more bounce with them all. And yeah, that's that. The thing is, you can repair handles too. Don't let anyone else use them, because you want to be the victim of your own idiocy. So this guy, I needed to get a sledgehammer type handle for this, and you can see these two purple dots here. That's not just for decoration. There was a crack going here, so I tried gluing that and it still started cracking. So then I just drilled holes and made dowels out of some old Purple Heart wedges, which is a really nice hardwood, and put them in. And you saw me, I mean, that was not a clean piece of wood, and it didn't snap, so I'm pretty happy about that. But I probably also didn't swing it as hard as I could because I was worried about it. And this one I don't give a shit. So I mean, I love it, but it's nice to not have that I'm gonna hurt it, break it, or whatever kind of feeling. It's good to have one of those. I'm 5'10" and a half. I know. Why do you say the half? Only because that's the exact height I am. This is the perfect length for me. This is a 30-inch handle, 28-inch. I don't know. I cut them all different depending how far I go down on them. Plum, I like the convex, and I like the shape of this handle for when I'm doing lie down stuff and shorter ones. Straight handles are good for side swings. For me, anyone, you get used to anything, I guess. And I like a straighter handle when I'm banging in stuff, chopping. I don't do too much chopping, but sometimes I'll cut like something like this, just as if you were chopping down a tree from the side to get some of those pieces off. This one's not that crazy, but and then I have some bigger bends and thinner handles, and those are great to like whips. So when you have your, what do I call this, your chopping block, put the wood on there. Does nice, does real nice.